Welcome to the African Warriors Fighting Championship brought to you by Stake.com. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than Garkuwa Yansanda versus Dogon Dage, as you can see the replay on the screen already. Ladies and gentlemen, it's three 3-minute rounds, 1 minute rest in between. A knockout counts as a victory, a knockdown counts as a victory in that round. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, both athletes wrapping their hands in rope, getting ready to get into the sand pits. The referee introducing both gentlemen. We have Garkuwa Yansanda on the left and Dogon Dage on the right. Garkuwa Yansanda versus Dogon Dage. This fight took place in Kano, and any moment now, the spear and the shield will fly. Ladies and gentlemen, round one. As you can see, Dogon Dage, true to his name, is taller and utilizing his natural advantage of height and reach. Garkuwa Yansanda does not look phased. Both men measuring distance with the shield and the spear already cocked and ready to explode. As you can see, Dogon Dage throwing and missing. Garkuwa Yansanda is very low, so I'm expecting an explosive punch with the shield using his right hand. As you can see, Dogon Dage throwing and missing. Prodding with the shield and throwing with the spear is Garkuwa Yansanda. Dogon Dage getting into the heat of things, taking his hat off and throwing with the spear, connecting on the chin right there. Garkuwa Yansanda throwing back as if to say he's not phased. The shield is held up high, but you can see, nice body work from Dogon Dage and a retaliation from Garkuwa Yansanda. Ladies and gentlemen, this is high-level Dambe action. Three overhand rights, one response from Dogon Dage, and the referee separating and putting them back into the action. Garkuwa Yansanda is pressing on. You see how low he is. That's why he's able to generate such explosive force, and very quickly as well. It's hard to see and hard to react to from Dogon Dage. Dogon Dage is in the center of the sand pit now, adjusting his glove, both men catching their breath. Any moment now, we're going to go right back into it. Alright, Garkuwa Yansanda has his shield up. He throws with the spear and misses. Dogon Dage circling. If he steps out of that sand pit, that's 1 point deducted. So it's important. That was a solid connection with the spear. Garkuwa Yansanda coming back in, wanting to retaliate, wanting to get that point back in the eyes of the judges. Throwing and missing with the spear, both men. And that's the end of the first round, ladies and gentlemen. If that wasn't action-packed, I don't know what is. Garkuwa Yansanda versus Dogon Dage as we have the replay. You see Dogon Dage poking with the shield, and throwing is Garkuwa Yansanda working the body. Throwing and missing as well. This was an action-packed first round. That was the second one as well. Follow up with the third. And Dogon Dage throwing back. He's a warrior, not taking those unanswered. Throwing his shots back, keeping his feet underneath him. The balance on the sand is tricky, ladies and gentlemen. Solid first round as we go into the second now. You see the coaches giving the instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, the average Dambe warrior spars every single day. They do very light sparring, but it's consistent and it's high output every day. So these men are chiseled warriors. Alright, and as you can see, Garkuwa Yansanda taking the center of the sand pit with his shield high up and his stance really low. And you see his shoulder blocking his chin. Solid explosion with his spear. His left shoulder is guarding his chin, which is really smart. You see that utilized in Western boxing a lot. Garkuwa Yansanda moving, taking the center of the sand pit, throwing his overhand right with his spear. Dogon Dage taking the center of the sand pit now, and both men measuring distance. These moments of silence in between, that's when victory or defeat is decided, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, solid overhand right from Dogon Dage, retaliation from Garkuwa Yansanda. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a high output, high intensity round. Garkuwa Yansanda is really aggressive, taking the center of the sand pit. occupying the range of his opponent every single moment. Not a time to breathe, not a time to spare. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the second round. Oh, solid spear connection from Dogon Yansanda. I like that he returns his head back into safety after every throw. Adjusting his glove, adjusting his hand. Dogon Dage walking, trying to find his range, but not quite in the placement of his feet beneath him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second round. Brought to you by the African Warriors Fighting Championship, presented to you by Stake.com in Kano State. Oh, and he was pushed outside of the sandpit. That's 1 point deduction, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why the ref ran in. Dogon Dage taking the center. He's really nervous, I feel. The body language is really tentative. Dogon Yansanda just looking really confident and really ready for whatever his opponent can throw. See the confidence with which he used to press forward, and then he throws to the body there. So you see he throws to the head, then he throws to the chest. You see, adjusting the targets. That's really hard for Dogon Dage to adjust to, and that's when you see the KO comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a knockdown. I believe that's a victory in the second round and the end of the second round. We move to the third round. What does that count as a knockout? Solid overhand right connection from Dogon Yansanda, and you see it again repeat in the second round. He throws, he misses. That was the game changer. He was defensively responsible after every strike. You see him going again, throwing and missing. Dogon Dage could have utilized so many more opportunities, but the variation of the strikes from Dogon Yansanda to the body, to the head, to the body, and eventually to the head was what ended the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, high-level Dambe action brought to you by the African Warriors Fighting Championship in collaboration and presented to you by Stake.com. The winner is Dogon Yansanda.